Hello, my name is Guillermo Cabero, and I'm a member of the product integration team at Star Micronics. Today, I'm going to be giving a presentation on Star's new USB cache drawer series. Now, to give you an overview of the presentation, first, I will be going into the expansion of our SMD2 and CD3 series drawers. Next, we'll go over some of the features and the benefits of the new USB drawers. Then we'll dig into some of the use cases and verticals that would most benefit from a USB drawer solution. Lastly, we'll see how Star's solution differs from the competition. So without further ado, I introduce our SMD2 and CD3 series, now with USB. The new USB series of drawers leverage the same look and design as the current series. However, it's worth noting that the USB drawers will not be replacing the printer-driven versions. Rather, when ordering, you will have your choice of a printer-driven or a USB-type connection. Next, we'll talk about some of the features. So using this simple mnemonic for USB, this will help us some of the key features of these new USB drawers. Starting with U is obviously for USB. USB is an industry standard. It's very popular among developers and end users alike, and it's very easy to connect. Our drawer conforms to the USB 2.0 standard, and although our connector will have a USB type A connection, you can easily convert that to a USB-C or a micro USB connection using an adapter, which is really important for Android type devices. S is for status. Now that we have an independently connected USB cache drawer, we can always get the status of the drawer. And B is for bus powered, which means that the drawer requires no additional external power, and it requires a very low amount of power, 100 milliamps. So on the last slide, I mentioned status. So I wanted to elaborate a little bit on that topic and why status is so important. For starters, on a traditional printer-driven interface, because it's such a simple device, it's impossible to tell if a drawer is connected to a printer. With a USB drawer, because it's independent of the printer, we can always ensure that the drawer is connected or not. Another common scenario is the dual drawer scenario using a Y cable. Again, because of the simplicity of the drawers are using the same port for transmitting the drawer status. This eliminates the possibility of checking the drawer status of each drawer uniquely. So there are many industries that can benefit from a USB drawer or some combination of printer-driven and USB drawers, so I came up with a few examples. I'll start with hospitality first. I'll use the example of a bar. In a bar, it's very common for multiple employees to share a common POS terminal and each be assigned their own drawer. Being able to uniquely identify which drawer is open and when it is open helps businesses to deter employee theft. To uniquely identify the drawers, it is possible to use multiple drawers or a combination of a printer-driven and a USB drawer. Also, if price is a concern, a combination of a printer-driven drawer and one USB drawer is a cost-effective solution. QSR is another vertical where USB cache drawers are extremely valuable. In a food truck scenario, the cache drawer is often the focal point of the solution. What developers really want is a software-connected cache drawer. Using a USB drawer independently of the printer allows developers and business owners to be flexible with their hardware needs and add a printer to the solution in the future as needed. Lastly, in a retail environment such as a department store, you'll often find multiple floating POS stations that multiple employees share and thus would benefit from a multi-drawer setup with a USB drawer. So when comparing Star to the competition, the most important feature to consider is the ability to uniquely identify each drawer on a software level. Star handles this by assigning a unique USB port number based on the dip switches on the bottom of the drawer. This allows for up to 8 drawers to be used simultaneously and is user configurable. Our competition handles this by setting a fixed USB identifier that is set during manufacturing. The drawback to this type of solution is the identifier is not configurable and prevents multiple drawers with the same identifier from being used on the same tablet or PC. This causes some friction during the purchasing and installation process since you have to be conscious of this fixed identifier. To communicate with our new USB drawer, Star will be introducing a new SDK for exclusively use with our new USB drawers. Initially, it will be available for Android, with Windows to follow shortly after. The SDK will allow you to connect up to 8 drawers and perform all the basic functions you'd expect of a cache drawer, such as opening the drawer and checking status. So here, let's take a look at some common questions that we've received about USB drawers. 1, how do you prevent the USB cable from getting disconnected from the drawer? As shown in the picture on the side, the USB cable will have a locking strap to secure it in place. How many drawers can be used at once? Up to 8 USB drawers can be used at once. Will cache drawer drivers be available? So at this time, we're focusing on the SDK, but we would like to get more market feedback to determine what other software support is needed on various operating systems. Can I use our StarPrint SDK to open a USB drawer? Currently, the plan is for our USB drawers to have their own standalone SDK. And then lastly, when will the new drawers be available? The USB drawers will be available midsummer. That is all for my presentation. Thank you so much for listening.